Carter with Global Positive News Network, and I have the privilege of introducing to you Lauren Griewski. She is the founder of Soul Expressed, a transformational life and business coach. She helps individuals as well as corporations grow a successful business from the ground up and helps you align with your authentic self. She leverages her 15 years of unique experience transforming businesses, including over 6 years at Facebook, leading their tech partnerships and advertising divisions. She says, I empower leaders from within and transform organizations with the power to change the world. Wow, Lauren, that's beautiful. I love that, to change the world. And that's what people are doing these days, right?
Totally.
I mean, when you're totally aligned with yourself, you do have the power to change the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love that. So, Lauren, why did you start this business?
Well, Chrissy, first, thank you so much for having me here. It's such a gift to be able to be with your listeners and viewers and to continue to all share our gifts with the world.
Yeah.
Thank you. Starting this business for me was really a seed that had been planted, I think, many years ago when I woke up to, it's really simple. I went on a cleanse where I was cleaning out everything on the inside, thinking like, I'm just going to clean up my diet.
Mm-hmm.
What ended up happening was I started hearing my soul, like my soul saying to me, you're on the hamster wheel and there's more than the never ending hamster wheel of work hard, impress everyone around you, make sure you get it right, make sure it looks perfect, make sure you don't drop any balls, and you're never going to get off this wheel. As long as you keep running, the wheel's going to keep spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a blank day. It was like, I was like, well, what else is there? Because all I knew was how my training was to get on the wheel and keep running.
Mm-hmm.
And so I set out on a journey and I started to study spirituality and ancient Eastern culture and really started to understand some of the teachings that I had never been exposed to, which led me to seeing the world differently and seeing that in myself, when I could align to uniquely who I was, when I was no longer living out of fear and scarcity and what I like to call a lot of small knots, not enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not enough, when I could undo those knots and just let the rope be what it is.
I love it.
I could finally express my gifts and allow myself to have those unveiled to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And through that, what I found is that we're all many different dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Boy. Oh, yeah.
We're many. And so to give ourselves the freedom to be all of who we are and let that lead us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because my training is also in business, what I've done is couple a lot of my business knowledge into a lot of the work that I've done around human expression, so that people and organizations can create from that place instead of from fear, lack, scarcity, and the limiting beliefs that many times we're unconscious to.
Yeah, yeah, wow. I mean, it's like our whole human experience is really kind of evolving to be more self-aware and more self-accepting.
Exactly.
With people like yourself saying it's okay. And seeing these organizations or even a personal, small business or what have you, do extremely well and really empower other people. Isn't that kind of what it's all about?
Yeah. And I love, before we started this interview, you and I joked about if we make mistakes, it's okay.
Yeah.
And the truth is we get to celebrate them because that's where the growth comes in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A mentor of mine said to me, failure is the goal. Not because I want to see you fail, but that's where you'll learn and you'll be open to learning.
Right. Amazing. Amazing. In fact, that's he's my business coach also, who's helping with Global Positive. He's saying, let's fail fast at this one test or task and then see what happens.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's just like it takes that fear of failure out of the equation and it gives you so much freedom.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I'm going to add one other thing to that too, which is making space for the disappointment. And that's something
ah,
I've learned as well
huh,
and I had to learn by, I used to make a mistake and then I try to outwork the shame or outwork
yeah,
the disappointment. Like, well, let me
yeah,
just work harder or faster and like make it better instead of being
right,
able to make the space and say, I worked my butt off at that. All
yeah,
my research told me it was going to work, or maybe
yeah,
I didn't do the right research or whatever it was.
yep,
Can I make space to take a moment and fill myself up with self-compassion?
yeah, that's awesome. Wow,
And how much that allows for us to
I
build
love that.
love and self-worth
Yep,
and come whole.
yep. I mean, that's what we're here to be and to do, is to be whole and
Yeah,
to empower others to do the same and to just offer our gifts to the world. I mean, that's what I really think.
totally. I
Yeah,
think we're totally aligned. I know why we're connected.
that's awesome. I love that. Love that. So, overall, Lauren, what do you wish to accomplish with your business?
You know, I have for so long, I used to have here's my 1 year plan, 2 year plan, 5 year plan because of all of my training in business. It was like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
plan the work the plan. And earlier this year, and it was sort of beautiful even before COVID, I kept getting these downloads, sort of like this message from my soul saying, like, you need to be open to so much more than your one way.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
so really what I look at now is like, what's my intention?
Mm-hmm.
And coming at it from an intentionality standpoint and sort of setting down, I'm sorry, it doesn't really answer your question, but setting down the accomplishment,
It kind of is,
not
though.
for the
Mhm.
unfold.
Right, right, right.
My intention is to show up free, receptive, open, and in support from the overflow.
I love it.
Means I have to fill my cup. I have to make space for me to be whole, like we just said, so that I can give from the part of the cup that's
Mm-hmm.
filled out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And receiving. I think as women, we tend to want to give so much, but having and but sitting still and receiving what
Yes.
others have to give is also something that I personally am working on.
Yeah. And, Christy, you're not alone, especially as we sort of are going through this shift through
Yeah,
COVID-19.
yeah,
The shift of us all having to sit back and be forced to, in many cases, receive.
yeah, yeah. That's amazing. And also because we are spending so much more time in our homes, we're alone, is quiet. It's a lot more of a reflective time to go inside. I mean, to me, it's a huge opportunity. I get a little frazzled from time to time because I'm used to running around like most of us are,
Yes.
But it's to me, it's almost like the butterfly, the chrysalis effect, you know.
Yeah.
And we're going to emerge out of this even bigger and more beautiful than ever.
Yeah. It's funny. Someone shared this with me the other day that I never knew this, but did you know caterpillars actually eat 16 times their body weight every single day?
Wow, I had no idea.
They're just like us as consumers, many of us, especially in
Wow.
the Western world, in terms of like we consume so much news, so much information.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
And so right now
Cool.
we're kind of in that place of the cocoon stage where
Yeah.
we're having to pause and reevaluate what do I really need, and from that can emerge in our lightness.
Yeah, I love that. Wow. Well said. Beautifully said, Lauren. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, what impact have you made on your immediate? Sorry, what impact have you made on your immediate? Uh, what impact have you made on your community in the last 6 months?
Well, there's a part of me that wants to find the right answer to your
Yeah.
question, to
Mm-hmm.
seem really important. But what I started doing, and it's really goofy, is I started going live in the middle of the day. I call it Midday Miracles, and I just let it rip. Whatever is there. Some days I'll get on my keyboard, and by the way, I don't really play the keyboard. I just
Mm-hmm.
play with the keyboard, if you get what I mean. And I just let it go. Like, what's here? What wants to be
Awesome.
expressed? What's the story? What's the playfulness? And just to bring light to us being messy and goofy and silly and letting it be free. And, there's a lot of people, just so that if anyone's out there wondering, like, should I go live? Should I share what's in my heart? Should I all those questions? My answer is yes, because many times you never know the person who needed to hear your message. They'll never like, they'll never comment.
Wow.
But I promise you're reaching them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you, like, there's been so many people that I like don't even remember how I know them or why we're connected who have reached out to say thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
And
Oh my
many
gosh.
never will reach out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so just to, if it's on your heart
Mm-hmm.
to do, just to jump and don't worry about how it's received. That's Spirit's job to take care of that.
I love that. Oh my gosh, you're just giving me I feel so free and so licensed to do whatever, and it's okay.
It's more than okay.
Yeah, yeah, that is awesome. I love that. Wow, you are such a breath of fresh air. I gotta tell you that.
Thanks, Christy. Thank you.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So, Lauren, what do you have coming in the near future? Do you have any events lined up or interviews or anything you want to share with our audience?
Yeah, well, I've been really working on, earlier this year, it looked totally different, by the way. So I paused and reevaluated everything. So, there's some work that I do in supporting people who have no idea, do they want to start a business? Do they not? What would they even offer? Is there, how do they do it? How do they get clear on who they want to serve and how uniquely do they serve? Like all of those questions. Yeah. So, I used to work with a number of people along about a quarter's worth of time, so about 3 months at a time. Mm-hmm. And I totally had scrapped that. And now I'm working with people in a way that allows them to just take a baby step at a time. Yeah. So first, what are the questions I want to ask myself if I'm thinking about starting a business? Okay, mm-hmm. What's the next set of questions I want to ask myself about who do I serve and how do I get clear on what my unique expression of me is? Mm-hmm. And so I've offered this now at, it's kind of crazy because I used to offer this at, a couple $1,000s. I'm doing it for $47.
Wow, that's
because
awesome.
Right now, more than anything, it is about giving our gifts abundantly and lifting us up as a collective. And so it's really been on my heart, people who have been impacted by this and are not sure, and they just need a baby step at a time. So so I'm really excited. I call it Business Foundations, and I just launched it, and it goes from getting clarity, understanding your market and your audiences, and building your brand without hiring anyone at all, like you with you and your brand colors and all that fun stuff that are a representation of who you are. Mm-hmm. And then also getting all your online presence set up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
What I'm doing now is helping people with a low barrier to entry.
Awesome.
So that they can get clear and get set up with trying out what it's like to have their own business and shifting into possibility when it feels really scary right now. And letting that be okay. So I'm excited to be opening that up to more people, and it's always so fun to work with new people and meet them where they're at.
That is awesome. So Lauren, if people want to see what you're doing exactly, do they go to your website, laurengriewski.com? Is that where they can find out all of your courses and things?
Yeah, you can check out there. Also soulexpress.com, which is the name of my company. Or always feel free to send me a direct message. I'm on all the social channels. So whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, that's also sometimes a really easy way to just ask a question, raise your hand. Mm-hmm. And I always get back to people. So, I'm here, even if it's just to say hi.
Awesome. That's great. So Lauren, what positive news do you want to share with our viewers today?
Positive news. It's so cool that you asked that question. And I don't know if this is new news, but I'll share my favorite quote if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So this is from Howard Thurman, which was, he's someone I read a lot of his material and has been a big inspiration to me. And he said, "Do not ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive."
I love that. That totally resonates with me. I love that. That's fabulous. And that's, his daughter is the famous actress, Uma Thurman.
Yes.
Yeah. I have one of those big, huge books about Buddha and the Eastern teachings that he co-authored.
Oh, great.
It's
Yeah.
kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah.
His materials are great. And, you know, I actually, a CEO of a Fortune 250 company, his wife got me a book that when I first opened it, that was the quote. And it was right as I was transitioning out of Facebook.
Wow.
And I swear I put that quote everywhere for
Oh my gosh.
I was first leaning into what was next for my life. And
Yep.
I ask myself that question quite a bit now.
Yep. Yep. That is, I mean, there's no real answer. There's no end to that answer. It's
Yeah.
kind of a continuing type situation.
You're right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much for this interview. I mean, you are so darn inspiring and such a bright light here.
Well, thank you.
And you know, I know our audience will love you, and they love you now. And they can go to your website at soulexpress.com, correct?
Yep.
Or laurengriewski.com as well, and our personal message you know, in Instagram, Facebook. You're all over the place, right?
Yeah, I mean, aren't we all over the place?
Yeah. Well, you know, I personally only can do like Instagram and Facebook. I mean, and a little bit of LinkedIn. I'm kind of like just those three at this point because there's so much. But anyway, that's just me.
There's so much. And
Yeah.
whatever we feel called to, I always say, if it's divinely aligned, it'll line up. So
That's right.
yeah,
That's
in
right.
terms of, you know, we're connected what we the information that we consume. So yeah, it's been such a pleasure speaking with you, Christy, and I send so much love to you and to your audience.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you so much, and maybe we'll do a live interview one of these days.
Sure, would love that.
That'd be great. You're in LA, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. And I'm up in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're practically neighbors.
Yeah.
All right, Lauren. Well, thank you so much. Have a great day.